Andra Makes. We're continuing the Vlog Life series today, and I am chatting with the sweet and talented Sara from Knotty Gnome Crafts. If you aren't already subscribed to her channel, I will put a link to it in the description box. So head on over there and subscribe. She's a wonderful sewist. She knits, she spins her own yarn, she does all kinds of things, and you will really enjoy her channel. So head on over there and subscribe if you aren't already. And here's my conversation with Sara. Hi Sara, thanks so much for joining me today to share your YouTube journey with us.
Hi Andra, thank you so much for asking me.
I am delighted to have you. Tell us when you started your YouTube channel and what prompted you to start your channel.
So this is my second version of my YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel from 2015 to 2018, and I was mostly about my yarny crafts, and I was doing more quilting then. And I did eventually stop, and then I restarted in March of 2021. And that was mostly my sewing mix, because that's what I'm doing right now. And what prompted me to start was that I used to have a blog like way back in the day just to share the details of my projects, and I had quit blogging. And I found that Instagram was just a really inadequate platform for trying to share details, because it's just so hard to have lots of text. And I watch a lot of YouTube channels, so I was thinking maybe I could just share my projects on YouTube, and that's what prompted me to start.
Yay, we're glad you did. Since you've had your channel, do you think YouTube, the platform, has changed at all? And also, do you think you have changed at all since you've had your channel?
So since I started in 2015, the platform has definitely changed. I think that one thing that's really different is that the entry point is a lot lower, because like phone quality is better, and you can start with, you don't have to have a ton of equipment. I think it's a lot easier to start now.
At any point since you've had your channel, have you wanted to stop YouTubing?
So I did stop in 2018, and this might sound a little bit silly, but I think like the reason that I stopped was because I'm not a beauty person. Like I never cared about hair and makeup and stuff. And I just got to the point where I'd be like, I have all these makes that I have to film, but like, I don't want to like do my hair. And it would just get so frustrating that I wouldn't do it. And so this time around, when I restarted in 2021, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to come as I am. And if people don't like it, like that's their problem. And I think that's really helped in a way to be more, just be myself and not worry about some of that other stuff.
I love that. I just think that everyone needs to do, you do you.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most rewarding thing about having a channel, and then the most challenging thing about having a YouTube channel?
So I love having a platform where I can share my projects and, hopefully be of some value to the community with specific things if people are looking for reviews or something. And just meeting tons of like-minded people. I've made so many friends through the sewing community, and just having this connection, especially in this world that we're living in right now, where it's so hard to connect with other people. And even before the pandemic times, like I didn't really know that many people in real life who sewed or knitted. And so just finding those people through the internet has been wonderful. I would say like the most challenging thing for me is trying to balance like growing my channel and growing my audience with the time constraints that I have. Like I do have a full-time job. I have 2 dogs that I take care of, and just being able to try to grow my channel and also just like work within my own limitations. That's been kind of challenging.
And speaking of balance, how do you balance your content as far as creating and uploading videos that you personally love and want to create versus what would resonate well with your viewers?
I noticed in the past year that hauls were my most watched videos by far. And this year I'm trying to really balance and take a step back and not do as many hauls, just use more of what I have. So I think it's going to really test me this year to come up with content that's still interesting for my viewers without being so focused on commercialism and like consumerism.
Yes. If you receive any, how do you handle unkind comments?
So I would actually say I have not really gotten any like truly unkind comments. But what I will say is that sometimes when I share like my experience with a project and maybe it didn't quite go the way that I'd hoped, like my goal is to like share that not everything is perfect and that sometimes it's a journey to get where you need to go and maybe it doesn't always work out. And sometimes on those videos, I will get flooded with comments of like, well, you should have done this or you should have done that. And I know that like each individual person is trying to be helpful. And I do try to look at it that way. But sometimes when there's so many of them in a row, it starts to feel a little bit like they're piling on, you know? And that can be a little bit challenging, but I do just try to be mindful that like, you know, each individual is trying to be helpful and give good advice and just kind of take it that way.
Yes, and throughout this series, thankfully and wonderfully, that has been the norm with everyone I've interviewed, that it's very rare in the sewing community to receive unkind comments. And I just think that speaks volumes to how wonderful the sewing community is.
Oh yeah, I mean, by far and large, I would say everyone tries to be really helpful.
Okay, let's go back to your channel. When you started your channel, did you have any long-term goals, or was it just you wanted to record your sewing journey, or tell us about that?
Yeah, I don't really think that I had any goals or anything. I mean, of course, like you always have in the back of your mind, like maybe I'll blow up and I can quit my full-time job, but like that's not realistic. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I had any like true goals going in, but like moving forward, I think that my goals are just to stay true to myself and be honest about my sewing journey and my crafting journey and where I'm going.
If we allow it, the comparison game can be discouraging. How do you handle the comparison game?
So I have actually very recently taken a step back and just have been checking like my YouTube dashboard and my Instagram like only once a day. And I think that that has actually helped a lot to just stop being too obsessive about like, are people watching my videos or are they commenting? You know, it's like, you just check it once a day and then just leave it behind for the rest of the day. And I think that that's like helped me have a really good balance.
Wonderful, healthy attitude and advice. Reaching 1,000 subscribers on YouTube is a huge milestone for a channel. What advice and or words of encouragement would you give smaller channels who haven't reached that milestone yet?
I would say that if you're just starting out, like you should accept that your first few videos probably aren't going to be very good. It's like when you start sewing and, you know, your first few garments might be wonky and they don't fit, but just think of it more like it's a journey and that, you know, you're just starting on it. You'll get better as you go. You'll get more comfortable with the camera as you go. You know, maybe you'll get better lighting or figure out how to like make your videos, the quality better as you go. Like, don't worry so much about being perfect in the beginning, because that's what I've heard from a lot of people who wanted to start are just like, well, I can't because I can't produce these like professional looking videos. It's like, most of us don't do that, you know? So just start where you are and like, you'll find your audience and people will just keep watching if they like your content.
Wonderful advice, and I totally agree. What do you think is the biggest misconception about having a YouTube channel?
I would say the biggest misconception is that it's easy or simple to produce certain types of videos. Like I do not do sew-alongs or tutorials hard, like really at all, because I'm just not set up to do it. I don't have the equipment to do it. I don't have the time to do it. Those videos take a lot of work. And so when somebody's like, oh, I love, you know, X, can you do a sew-along? It's like, I'm sorry, but no, I really can't right now. I just don't have the time to do that. And I'm happy to leave that to other people who can do it much better than me. You know, I'm happy to refer people to other videos. But yeah, I do think that people don't understand the kind of work that those kinds of videos take to produce.
What words of encouragement and or advice would you give fellow sewing YouTubers and also those who may be thinking about starting their own channel?
I would say that it's really great to communicate with other YouTubers, because I've met so many people and I've made so many like relationships where I can do collabs or like I get asked to do interviews and just, you know, like making connections with other people, leaving comments on other people's videos. I know a ton of people watch, but maybe they don't comment. Go ahead and comment, and you can form relationships that way and get to know people. And like, it makes you more of an established member of the community. And then for people who are just starting out, like I said in the beginning, I just think it's so much easier to get started now than it used to be. like just use your phone and don't worry about getting all the fancy equipment. Like just start where you are and then see where it takes you.
I totally agree, and we will be here to support you. Thank you so much, Sara, for sharing your YouTube journey with us. I cannot wait for the viewers to see this.
Thank you so much for asking me.
Bye.
I really enjoyed my conversation with Sara, and I hope you did too. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope you're enjoying this vlog live series. If you've missed any of the other interviews, I will link to the playlist in the description box, so head on over there and check that out if you've missed any. It's really interesting and it's really fun to listen to while you sew. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!